Hello, dear friends and students. Today I discuss about the factors modifying effects of a drug. It is a very important topic in theory portion. Sometimes a short note or a long answer can ask. So without any further delay, let's get started. The same dose of a drug can produce different degree of response in different patients. Yes, of course. But even in the same patient, the response can be different and different time zones in different situations the response can be different. So we will discuss one by one all the factors. Then what are the factors? Number one, body weight of the patient, age, sex, species and race, diet and environment, routes of drug administration, genetic factors. Yes, dose of a drug, disease, sometimes some accompanying disease are there. Then repeated dosing means multiple dosing of a same drug. Then psychological factors, yes, psychology of a patient can affect the response of a drug. Then drug and drug interactions, and sometimes drug and food interactions that also modified the response of a drug. Then number one, we discuss the age. Yes, drug can be given according to age. You can give drug in from infants to up to elderly of 100 years. So first of all, we discuss the age group of neonates is 1 to 30 years. More precisely, it is 28 days. Then infants up to 1 year, children up to 12 years, small children 1 to 5 year and big 6 to 12. Then adolescents up to 18 years from 12 to 18. Then adults up to 16 years and above 60 years. We call the patient as elderly patients. So pharmacokinetics of many drugs change with age. Yes. It is the pharmacokinetics of a drug is different in infants than in children, than in adults, and then in elderly. So, first of all, we discuss about newborn. So in newborn, liver and kidney are not fully mature, and where the drug is metabolized in the liver, where it excreted from the kidney. So that's why, for example, chloramphenicol can produce gray baby syndrome in children, but not in adults. Then another thing is that blood-brain barrier is not well formed, so drug can easily reach the brain in the newborn, and it causes toxicity. And gastric acidity is low, and intestinal motility is low of newborn. That's why drug, some drug that is absorbed by acidic nature, not properly absorbed. Then skin is delicate and permeable to drugs applied topically. That's why we use skincare products in children, in infants, is different from the adults. Then how we calculate the dose of that depend on the body weight of a child. So child dose is equal to age upon age plus 12 into adult dose. This is called Young's formula. Pharmacodynamics is also different. Just like barbiturate produce sedation in adult but produce excitation in children. So response is different, but also pharmacodynamics is different. Then next in elderly, again the liver and kidney is compromised and it is more susceptible to produce adverse effect. So oh, we have to sure that drug we give to the elderly patient is not nephrotoxic or hepatotoxic. And in GF, that's why in GFR is 75% at 50 years and 50% 75. So we have to modify the dose of a drug accordingly. So lower dose is recommended in elderly. Then what are the drugs which should be used with caution in elderly, like NSAIDs, CNS depressant, neuroleptics, antihypertensive, diuretics, anticoagulant, and so on. These drugs should be used cautiously, otherwise they cause adverse effects. And body weight, yes, the dose we recommended to the patient is for the medial build person or average build person of weight of 60 or 65 kg, 70 kg or plus. But obese and underweight persons has to be calculated individually. Dose has to be calculated individually because their underweight and body obese patients have different dose. So more accurate is body surface area, but it is inconvenient to calculate body surface area of every patient. Then those having higher body weights require more dose, those having less body weight require less dose. Female have a lesser side of body weight, so they require less dose. Then how to calculate the individual dose? Body weight in kg divided by 70 into average adult dose. Then by body surface area, individual dose we calculate by body surface area divided by 1.7 into average adult dose. Then sex, yes, sex we discuss. Key in females there is pregnancy, lactations, and sometimes females are more susceptible to some drugs. So we should select the dose carefully, and drugs which cross the placenta and which excrete in the breast milk should be used judiciously. We should not give the uterine stimulant drug to the pregnancy, otherwise abortion can occur or premature delivery can occur. Okay. Next is species and race. Yes, drug may vary with the species. Yes, species means human species, rat species, rabbit species. They're different species, and the response is different of some drugs. Just like rabbits are resistant to atropine, and so we need a higher dose to produce mydriasis by atropine. Therefore, we cannot extrapolate the result of animal experiment in human beings, because sometimes the response is different. Then diet and environment, yes, food interferes with the absorption of many drugs. Yes, tetracycline form complexes with calcium that is present in milk and poorly absorbed. Some drugs are better absorbed on empty stomach. Some drugs are absorbed on with meals, with fatty meals. Sometimes cigarette smoking influence the drug because it is a macrosomal enzyme inducer, so it enhances the metabolism of some drug. Similarly, when we give alcohol with drugs, it interferes with the pharmacokinetics of drug. Then route is very important, because when we give a drug from IV route, it has 100% viability, and when we give oral route, then due to first pass metabolism, the absorption is different, so response is different. Okay. Next is genetic factor. Yes, genetics, we have different genes. All the person have different genes. So pharmacogenetics is the deal with the genetically mediated variation in drug response. Okay. So some person have genetically more uh, um, variation in drug metabolism enzymes, so they produce enzymes uh, uh, of low concentration, high concentration. So the response is different, because the metabolism of drug can be different, so response can be different. It's just like example acetylation, slow acetylators. Slow acetylators treated with hydrogen are more likely to develop lupus. And atypical pseudocholinesterase, the person having is typical, that person inherit they develop more prolonged apnea due to succinylcholine, because succinylcholine is metabolized by pseudocholinesterase. If they have atypical, then the response is more with succinylcholine, because it is not metabolized. Then G6PD deficiency, some person when we give brimocrine or some drugs like quinolones, they cause hemolysis because of G6PD. Just like malignant hyperthermia, some person have more trigger malignant hyperthermia when we give them halothane and succinylcholine. Next is dose. Yes, dose is important. When we give higher dose, it produces more response, but until not linearly, because sometimes there is a threshold from above only toxicity increases, not the response. ठीक. Next disease, yes, some diseases in person affect the drugs, like malabsorption. If there is malabsorption in patient, drug is poorly absorbed. Liver disease, cardiac disease, renal dysfunctions, they all causes different drug response, because if there is liver disease, metabolism is reduced. If cardiac disease, accumulation of drug toxicity, can renal dysfunction, excretion decreases, so it causes toxicity. Then repeated dosing, yes, repeated dosing result in accumulation, tolerance, and type. Like what is accumulation? Accumulation is drugs like digoxin, which are slowly eliminated, that causes that accumulated in our body, and result in toxicity. Tolerance, Tolerance is the requirement of higher dose of a drug to produce a given response. So we have natural tolerance and acquired tolerance. Natural tolerance means just like rabbits show tolerance to atropine, and acquired tolerance means when we give repeated administration of drug, then initially response it is initially responsive, but after that more amount of drug is needed to get the same response, mean it causes acquired tolerance. Cross tolerance means development of a tolerance of to pharmacology related drug, means chronic alcoholics show tolerance to barbiturate and general anesthetics. So those drugs that are pharmacology related, they causes cross tolerance, means it tolerate to one drug, then automatically it tolerate to resistant to another drug also. Then tachyphylaxis is different. Tachyphylaxis is sometimes called the acute tolerance. When we administer the drugs repeatedly at short intervals, then tolerance develops rapidly. That is called tachyphylaxis. Just like in ephedrine, tyramine, amphetamine, that causes tachyphylaxis. Then psychological factors, yes, psychology is important. Uh, that's why when we give placebo to a person, uh, placebo, what is placebo? Placebo is an inert substance with no biological activity but only resemble the actual preparation in appearance. So what are the use of placebo? In clinical trial as a control, and to benefit or please a patient when no drug is required. Only psychologically we want to treat the patient. In mostly mild psychosomatic disorder and chronic incurable disease, we give placebo. Placebo can be anything that's like lactose, some vitamins, mineral that have no adverse, no therapeutic effect. Inert substance. Nocebo is converse to the placebo. Then drug-drug interactions. Yes, sometimes two drugs when given together, they decrease the absorption of other drugs like tetracycline, chelate iron and antacid, reduce absorption. Warfarin displaced by phenylbutazone from protein binding site distribution में metabolism में भी some drugs decrease the metabolism of other drug, and excretion just like penicillin penicillin decrease the excretion of penicillin. So the drug interaction is beneficial as well as causes adverse effect, or sometimes it causes decreased response. Okay. Then metabolic disturbance, yes. Some metabolic disturbances also like electrolyte disbalance, acid base disbalance, that also causes drug variation in the drug response. Just like hypokalemia can induce enhanced digoxin toxicity. So thank you. I hope you will all understand. Comment me if you have any question.